Right, question 81. Maggie, Joyce and Lina each prepared different amounts of fruit punch for a party. Maggie prepared 5/9 of a litre of fruit punch. Joyce prepared 1/3 of a litre of fruit punch. And it asks if they had prepared a total of 1 2/3 of a litre of fruit punch, how much fruit punch did Lina prepare? Okay, this is one of these 3-part questions. Okay, there's 3 parts. You have information about 2 of the parts and the total, and you need to figure out the value of one of the parts. Now let's have a look. If we draw a model, how did you know I was going to say that? If we draw a model, it's going to make things easier. Okay, I'm going to very badly draw this. Okay, this is my model. Okay, now this represents the total amount of fruit punch that's made. Now remember, we have 3 people, and I'm just going to use so there's Maggie, there's Joyce, and there's Lina, and they're preparing punch for this party. Isn't that nice of them? They're preparing punch for the party. So this represents the total amount of punch that they made. I should learn to draw, shouldn't I? Right, so the total amount that they made was 1 2/3 of a litre. Okay, that's the total value. That's the total value of this block here. Okay, that's all the punch that they made. I should maybe label it better. So that's the total value. Right, let's have a look. So we know that Maggie prepared 5/9 of a litre of fruit punch. Now hang on, let's see. Here we've got 9ths, and here we've got thirds. Okay, this is something we're going to have to pay attention to, because in this question we're going to have to add some amounts and subtract some amounts, so we need to make sure that our denominators are the same. But let's have a look. So I'm going to mark off some of this block, okay, and that's going to be Maggie. Okay, I can just label this with an M. All right, that's Maggie, and we know that she made 5/9. Okay, so imagine, okay, I'm going to split off another part of this, and this is going to be Joyce. Okay, so Joyce. Oh, okay, apparently I'm writing this out full. So that's Joyce. Okay, and she prepared 1/3, and then this must be the amount that Lina prepared. Okay, and that's our question mark. All right, we don't know what the value is of this, but we do know the value of the total. So I hope you can see that what we need to do is to add this, and then take that away from the total, and that should give us what Lina prepared. Now, I actually have drawn this model to scale, so we could use the model, but let's do it the other way so that we're learning 2 ways of doing it. Okay, so Maggie prepared 5/9. So I've got 5/9 here. And I need to add that to Joyce's 1/3. So I need to add 5/9 and 1/3. All right, can you see that's what I would have to do here? So 5/9 and 1/3. Sadly, I can't just add them. It would be much simpler if we could. We can't simply add 9ths and 3rds. We're going to have to change either one of the denominators or both of the denominators so that they are the same before we can add. And in this case it's quite easy, because if you notice, the 3 will divide neatly into the 9 without any remainder. So we can easily convert 3rds into 9ths. Right, let's see how to do that. So 1/3. Okay, I want to change 3rds to 9ths. What do I have to do to 3 to get to 9? I have to multiply 3 by 3 to get 9. Whatever I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. So I have to multiply the 1 by 3, and that will give me 3. So 1/3 is the same as, has the same value, it's equivalent to 3/9. Okay, so I can now rewrite this. So 5/9 add 3/9, And now it's very easy. I've got the same denominator. Okay, so my answer is in ninths, and I simply add 5 and 3. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ninths. All right, so, and what does this? This is what M and J made. Okay, in questions that have multiple steps, it really is useful to label your answers as you go along, especially if you're having to think quite hard about what you're doing, because you might find that you do another step and then you forget, you know, which bit of information was what. All right, so 8 ninths is how much punch that Maggie and Joyce made. What we have to do is take that away from the total amount in order to find out how much Lina made. And we know that we know that the total amount is 1 2/3 of a litre. So we've got a mixed number here. All right, so 1, I'm going to do it big like this, 1 2/3, just so that you can see. All right, so 1 2/3. What does this number mean? Let's remind ourselves, what does this number mean? What does the denominator mean? The denominator is how many equal-sized parts each whole has been divided into. Okay, so what we can do is to change this 1 into thirds. All right, so we know that 1 is equivalent to 3/3, and we add the 2/3, gives us, this is equal to 5/3 altogether. Okay, this is now an improper fraction, so 5/3. But we've got ninths over here, so, and we can't, when we're going to do our subtraction, we can't subtract if we've got different denominators. We need to change this into ninths. So 5 ninths, okay, sorry, 5/3, how are we going to change that to ninths? We already realised we can do this quite easily. 3 multiplied by 3 gives us 9, so we need to multiply this by 3 as well, okay, which is going to give us 15. Okay, so 1 2/3 of a litre is the same as 15 ninths. Now that I know that, I can do the subtraction that I need. I'm going to do it over here. So 15 ninths subtract 8 ninths. Okay, 15 take away 8 equals 7, and it's 7 ninths, and that gives us our answer. This must be, that's this bit here that we didn't know about. Okay, remember we added those two together. That's what Maggie and Joyce made. We've taken that away from this total amount, and that gives us how much Lina made. Okay, so Lina made 7 ninths of a litre. Should we just check if we can we simplify that any more? Is there a number that we could divide neatly into both top and bottom? No, there isn't. So that's it. That's our answer.